If you're following the Russia-Ukraine conflict, you'll want to hear these latest updates. The war continues to evolve rapidly, with new developments unfolding almost daily. As the world watches, the situation on the ground remains tense and unpredictable, impacting millions of lives both in Ukraine and beyond. Let's take a closer look at the most significant events from the past few days, and what they could mean for the future of this ongoing conflict. Major strikes, casualties, and international reactions. Let's break down what's happening. The intensity of the fighting has escalated, drawing strong responses from leaders around the globe. Humanitarian organizations are sounding the alarm as the toll on civilians continues to rise, and diplomatic efforts to end the violence have so far made little progress. Over the weekend, Russian forces launched a series of missile and drone attacks targeting eastern Ukraine, focusing particularly on the Donetsk province. These strikes resulted in the deaths of at least 5 people, with many more injured. The attacks left behind scenes of devastation, damaged homes, shattered infrastructure, and families forced to flee for safety. Emergency services have been working around the clock to rescue survivors and provide aid to those affected. Regional officials are urging residents of the hardest-hit towns to evacuate, calling the situation increasingly dangerous. Buses and trains are being organized to help civilians escape the violence, and volunteers are assisting the elderly and those with limited mobility. Many families are facing the difficult decision of leaving their homes behind, uncertain when or if they'll be able to return. In central Ukraine, the aftermath of earlier attacks is still being felt. A woman who was wounded in a previous Russian strike on Poltava has sadly died from her injuries, bringing the death toll in that region to 3. Hospitals are struggling to cope with the influx of wounded, and communities are mourning the loss of loved ones as funerals become a grim routine. Meanwhile, Russian drone strikes have continued to target key cities. In Kyiv and Kharkiv, several people were injured as drones hit residential areas and public infrastructure. In Mykolaiv, port facilities suffered significant damage, threatening the region's economy and disrupting vital supply lines. Emergency workers are racing to repair the damage and restore essential services. On the ground, Russia's defense ministry claims its troops have seized 2 villages, Podubny in Donetsk and Sobolivka near Kupiansk in Kharkiv. These advances, if confirmed, could shift the front lines and put additional pressure on Ukrainian defenders. The capture of these villages highlights the ongoing struggle for control in eastern Ukraine, where both sides are locked in a fierce battle for territory. Ukraine has responded with its own counterattacks, launching drone strikes inside Russian territory. In the Belgorod region, 2 civilians were injured as explosions rocked the area. These attacks also caused significant disruptions at major airports, including Moscow, where flights were delayed or canceled and emergency crews were deployed to secure the facilities. The cross-border strikes mark a new phase in the conflict, with both sides targeting infrastructure and attempting to weaken each other's resolve. Russian air defenses report shooting down more than 150 Ukrainian drones in the past 24 hours alone. This surge in drone warfare underscores the technological arms race between the two countries as each side adapts to new threats and develops countermeasures. The skies over the region have become a battleground, with anti-aircraft systems working overtime to intercept incoming threats. For the latest details and ongoing coverage, please like and subscribe. We're committed to bringing you accurate, up-to-date information as the situation develops. You can find a detailed article with more in-depth analysis linked in the description below, so be sure to check it out for further insights and background on these events. Thank you for supporting the channel. Check out the memberships and perks if you'd like to help us keep reporting. Your engagement and support make it possible for us to continue covering important stories like this one. Stay tuned for more updates as we follow the latest developments in the Russia-Ukraine war.